Here's the truth I wish someone had told me before I tried going backpacking alone. You're not stuck because you don't know enough. You're stuck because you don't trust yourself enough to start. And if you stay in that loop of watching YouTube videos, researching gear, and waiting until you feel ready, you could lose years of your life never actually doing the thing you keep thinking about doing. I know that because that was me. And this is what I wish someone had told me before I tried backpacking alone. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kathleen, a food-motivated hiker, solo backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the Hungry Hiker here on YouTube. Over the last several years, I've helped women go from feeling scared and unsure about backpacking to confidently planning and completing their own trips. Before going on my first backpacking trip, I remember being in this place where I wanted to go backpacking so badly. But before I let myself go, I kept telling myself things like, I just need to learn a little more first. So I watched YouTube videos, I read blog posts, I read guidebooks, I spent countless hours researching gear. On paper, I should have felt ready, but I didn't. And this is the part that surprised me the most. The more information I consumed, the more overwhelmed I became. And this is where I think a lot of women get stuck. It's not that you don't want to go backpacking badly enough. It's not that you're not capable. It's that you're trying to piece this all together on your own in a space that was never really designed for you in the first place. Most backpacking advice out there is overcomplicated, male-focused, and assumes you already feel confident. So you end up in this loop of telling yourself, I should know more before I go. What if I mess this up? What if something bad happens out there? So all of that self-doubt and second-guessing yourself keeps you in this loop, and you never go on that backpacking trip you keep dreaming about. I finally hit a point where I had to be really honest with myself about wanting to go backpacking alone. I didn't need any more information. I didn't need to do any more research. I'd read enough blog posts and I'd watched plenty of YouTube videos. I just needed to get out of my own way and go on my first trip. The more time I sat around second-guessing myself and waiting for myself to feel ready, the less time I had to actually get out on trail. I kept telling myself I'd go someday or one day, and then days and months would pass by where I'd continue to talk myself out of going, and then the warm weather backpacking season would be gone. I remember thinking, I don't want to be someone who keeps talking about wanting to do this for the next 5 years. I want to actually do this. And this is where things really started to change for me. I realized that the women who are getting out on trail aren't the ones who know everything there is to know about backpacking. They're the ones who have a simple plan, a clear path, and support and guidance along the way. That's it. This is why I decided to create something different for women who want to learn how to backpack on their own. Something I didn't have access to when I first started backpacking. I didn't want to create just another online backpacking course. I didn't want to just pump out a bunch of information on the internet. Instead, I wanted to create a whole system women could follow that would help them feel confident getting out on trail by themselves. When I first started backpacking alone, I had to figure this all out the hard way. I spent years piecing this together on my own, making a ton of mistakes, overthinking everything, talking myself out of going, and taking way longer than I needed to before I actually got out on trail by myself. And I remember thinking, there's gotta be a better way to do this. So I built the system I wish I had when I first started backpacking alone. What I ended up creating was a step-by-step way for women to go from, I don't feel ready, to, I just completed my first backpacking trip, without having to waste time trying to figure everything out on her own. Inside the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system, we start with the basics, and then we build your actual plan, and then this is the part most people skip, you practice. With support, with feedback, and with other women doing this alongside you. So you're not just learning, but you're actually doing it as you make your way through the program. And this is the part most women don't expect. Once you're inside this program, you're surrounded by other like-minded women who are in the same exact place as you are. Some are just getting started on their own backpacking journey, and others are already going on trips. And this changes everything, because suddenly you're not the only one trying to figure this all out on your own. You're watching other women, just like you, do the same thing you've been afraid to do, and now seeing them do it helps make this all feel possible. The community inside this program is honestly one of the most powerful parts of this whole experience. Women are learning from each other, planning trips together, supporting each other along the way, and holding each other accountable to follow through with the backpacking goals that they've set for themselves. And then there's the group trips, which are probably my most favorite part of creating this program, because this is where everything comes together. Throughout the year, students get to join me out on trail along with other women in the program and apply everything they've learned in the program out on trail in a safe group setting. Since launching this program over 4 years ago, I've seen women go from "I've never backpacked before" to planning and completing their own trips within less than a year of when they first started the program. And when you really think about it, for the price of one guided trip, you could have lifetime access to a step-by-step system, live coaching, a community of women doing this with you, opportunities to join me out on trail throughout the year, and ongoing support for every trip you go on. This isn't about becoming some extreme outdoors person. It's about becoming the woman who trusts herself enough to go. The woman who stops waiting and actually does the things she's been dreaming about doing. And this can be you this summer. So if you're sitting at home watching this and you've been thinking about getting into backpacking for a while, but you just haven't taken that first step yet, consider this your sign. It's not that you don't have enough information to get started. You're just missing a clear path. And if you want that clear path to follow and help you get out on trail this summer, I'll include a link down in the description below where you can learn more about the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system and how you can become part of this program. And if getting started with solo backpacking is something you've been struggling with, check out this next video where I break down the hardest part of backpacking alone that no one prepares you for. This might be the one thing that keeps holding you back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking.